Brother Super Cap, because I really appreciate it. Shout out to Grown Man Talking. Already became the sponsor of tonight's show with a total of $20. Thank you for helping us keep the lights on. Grown Men Talking. Shout out to GMT. Thank you, bro.
No captivity.
GMT say, my guy, no cap. It was a blessing having you on the show Sunday. Had some great feedback. Blessings. Thank you, bro, man. Hey,
no cap.
Just in case some of y'all don't know, I was on Grown Man Talking show last Sunday, and I had a blast, man. Shout out to Grown Man Talking, and shout out to his entire panel, all the ladies and all the gentlemen. I had a great show. I had a great time on his show. A lot of different opinions, very opinionated panel. Thank you for even giving me that warm embrace, GMT. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed to Grown Men Talking's channel yet, make sure y'all go subscribe to Grown Men Talking. It's an excellent brother, excellent channel.
GMT and Mingo.
Hey!
He should come on the panel. Like, he should definitely come on the panel.
Come on up here, sir. Come on up here. By the way, is this a love offering or is this
no,
indentured servitude?
That's my dog. Those are for minutes. Those are definitely for minutes.
No, don't influence him. He can
No, that's my partner. I got his vote by proxy. Ask him. You want me to call him?
What up, Grown Man Talking? I appreciate you. Let me see. Grown Man Talking. That's another show I watch. Y'all check out my man Grown Man Talking right there. If y'all can see that. That's the name of his channel. Very good channel. I watch it every day. I got the idea from about having a panel with more than one person on here. I saw him one day doing it. He could have women interesting topics, what have you. So I appreciate your grown man talk.
Y'all ain't hear nothing I just said, and I realize it again. I'll be tripping. This is
Nothing.
every show now. What's good? What's good? What's good? We got the panel in the building. Shout out to y'all. Hold up. I gotta give y'all the very proper welcome. Shout out to y'all. All right. So as you can see, we got, well, Jazz and Matthew are old school now, right? They've been with us once already. So they're no longer considered the new people on the panel, but we have Penelope on the panel. Shout out to you, Penelope. Come off mute real quick and introduce yourself to everyone. You are driving, but we're going to do this safely, right? We're going to drive safe. Hello. Did I lose her? I think I lost her. She froze.
But I'm relocating to Charlotte in 2 months. So I'm just looking forward to networking, collaborating, and yeah.
All right, I love it. Shout out to you. When you wherever you get when you get stationary, I want you to reintroduce yourself because you're breaking up a bit. But
Okay.
we're gonna do that one more time once again when you get stationary. All right. And we got Jazz in the building. Jazz is on tour with Jagged Edge, right?
Yes, sir.
She is on tour, but she took time out of the tour to come and hang out with your boy and the family today. So what up, Jazz? How you been? How's the tour going?
What's going on? It's actually been really good. I'm very grateful. Penelope, I'm actually based in Charlotte and we have our show here tonight. So um, it's been good. I like it. I'm excited. There's always something new each day, but you adjust and you acclimate and we get it done. So I'm happy
That's
to be
what's
here. I
up.
may not be able to stay the whole time because I have to get ready for doors and all that, but I'll try to hang out and converse with y'all a bit.
We appreciate
I
that.
love it. Yes, definitely that. I appreciate you. And this was last notice too. I just hit her up and I hit Matt up and I was like, yo, I want to be on the show today. And they both was like, yeah, we want it. So I appreciate y'all. And Penelope, I met her today, I believe, as well. And she jumped on it too. So shout out to y'all. Matt, what's up, man? How you been, my brother?
What's up? Long time no see. And congratulations to Meet to
I
Mary. I
know.
watched the latest episode. It was fabulous. I loved it.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that, my guy.
Absolutely.
You know, we putting in that work.
Yes,
So,
sir.
everything been good. Everything been good on your front.
All is well. All is well. I have no complaints on this end. God is good.
That's
All the
what's up.
time.
That's it.
All the time, God is
God is
good.
good.
Okay, all right.
There we go. So, y'all ain't see Quit in the closet in a long time. I think his closet was under construction. So, what up, Quit? What up, Quit? What's
What's going
poppin'?
on, fellas? Ladies and gentlemen, how you all doing?
Amazing.
That's good. That's good.
That's what's up, man. So, Candace, tell us a little bit about your book. How's everything going with that? Also, we got to make sure you
Um,
drop that link.
yes. So, like I said, I'm still in the process of writing a book and trying to self-publish it is a lot harder than one would think. Especially if you're doing it through the different websites like Amazon. You have to have certain things in order. So I'm doing that, but you can cop the Kindle copy. It's out now. It's called Beyond Words by Candace Jones.
All right, all right. That's what's up. And Professor had a live stream last night teaching financial literacy to folks that are not keen to retirement and things along those lines and what to expect, even with life insurance. They talked about getting yourself prepared to have a will for your family. So that was a dope episode, Professor. Thank you for that. I think we need that. especially us brown folk. So what's up, man?
Well, I don't know what he means by us brown folk. GMT ain't been brown since the day he was born. But anyway, I want to welcome everybody. I want to welcome everybody to the panel. I love Penelope's co-star, the little tree. But no, it was definitely a good time last night. If you haven't seen it, definitely check the replay out. I actually just got my life insurance licenses in about 5 states, waiting for another 9 to come in. So I'll be insured to sell life insurance in a few different states. So it was a good time, fun time. I look forward to doing a little bit more of those just to get the information out there, because I know the buzzword a lot of times in our community is generational wealth. But how can you build generational wealth if you don't know how to do it? So I'm gonna lean on people like Matt and Kirsten, who I had on last night, to do that. Love the bucket hat, by the way, Jazz.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Anytime.
Oh man. And Melody P just jumped in the building. What up, family?
Guys.
Uh-oh. I heard the baby. Which baby was that? Whose baby was that? What's going on? All right, so Mel, you want to talk about your channel real quick before we go on with the show? And what you got going on over there?
Not really.
You like, yo, we'll talk about that another time. Do me a favor, y'all. Go make sure you guys are subscribed to That Scary with Melanie P. It is a dope podcast. Telling you, I thoroughly enjoy it. While I'm driving around, she is all I listen to. So make sure you guys are over there, subscribed, and follow everything she got going on. Much love and shout out to you. Also, before we get too deep in the show, I have a commercial that I'm going to play because you guys need to enter to win yourself a pair of the AirPods Max by Apple, right? So first, remember, to win, you have to be a channel member. And all you got to do after that is share the content. Share Me to Mary and make sure you tag me in that. And that's your surefire way to win. So before we move on, I gotta let y'all know how this works. So here we go. Pete. Oh, I'm tripping here to have an awesome giveaway for one of my lucky channel members. And in order to win one of these lucky bad boys, yes, that's right, Apple AirPods Max. In order for you to win that, you have to, one, make sure you are subscribed, of course. You have to make sure you are a channel member. Then what I need you to do is share the content on your Instagram story. Hashtag Me to Mary at Mingo365. That way I know it's you. The more you do it, the more times you share, the more we'll tally it up, the more we would know that you stand that lucky chance of being a winner of these great headphones by Apple. Y'all know y'all want them. Come on, y'all. It's not cap. It costs a grip in the store, and I'm giving it away to a channel member. So once again, make sure you're subscribed. Be a channel member. Create a story on your IG. Hashtag Me to Mary, and also make sure you tag your boy Mingo365, and I got you. And I will announce the lucky winner next week Saturday. So that way, during one of my live streams, we can see if it's you who won the pair of headphones. But until then, I'll see you. Peace. All right, y'all. So make sure and be sure that you are a member to the channel, because I see a lot of people reposting, but I haven't got any new members to my channel. So, and everyone that posted is not a member to the channel. They just subscribe. So make sure you guys are channel members, and that's your way to enter the win. And I have way more giveaways as well. So that's not the only one. So, all right, y'all, let's get into the show. You guys saw the thumbnail. Let's talk about it. All right, I'm going to play something for y'all real quick, courtesies of Quint in the Closet, and we'll get into the topic. All right, let's get into it.
Okay, not going nowhere. Hey, John, the baby's talking to you. She's trying to tell you something.
So for those of y'all that can't see or are pocket watching right now, it says he found the kid wasn't his after 6 years and wants nothing to do with her, but the family still invited her to the family events. So let's continue to watch it.
She said she needs you, bro. You gonna do with a little girl like that? Confirm the kids, bro.
Yeah, between us grown ups, not this child.
Y'all need to leave.
My
We supposed to be good.
It don't matter because whatever y'all
What you mean
got
it don't
going,
matter?
it don't matter.
What
Whatever
about how I
y'all
feel?
got going on, that's between y'all. But taking out on that baby, that's wrong. That's wrong. If she's staying here, and it's my house, not yours. You forgot?
Y'all forgot. Y'all need to leave.
No.
Y'all need to deal, bro.
We
I know
not
something
gonna-
else too,
like
bro.
I said, though.
Baby, I love you.
You're not
You're
gonna
gonna always be my daughter. But it's just some stuff you don't do in life. Your mama wrong. She wrong.
She
you
might-
know you wrong.
Great, sir.
I apologize. How many times you want me to keep saying I'm sorry? Mistakes happen.
I'm sorry. Don't
I
take
had
care.
no idea. I'm sorry, but when I found out, I told you. I'm sorry.
Look, bro.
Don't take this out on my
I'm gonna tell
baby.
y'all.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Oh my God, my bad. I'll be messing up big time. But anyway, so let's talk about it, y'all. It was Quint's idea. So Quint, what's your thought on the topic?
I think it's messed up of his family to do that to him, and I think they're wrong for trying to force the child on him. It's I want to get deeper into the conversation with everybody else before I keep going into it, but I think they're wrong.
Absolutely are.
Was that
They
the
ab-
mom? Was that the mom that was with the child?
Yeah, they
In the
brought the
Yeah,
child over
background,
there.
the mom and the
yeah,
family
yeah, the
member.
child.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
wanted,
don't. I don't. Go ahead.
no, I wanted to hear from Jazz real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You don't know
I
about
agree. I don't think that's something that you can force on someone. It's fine to expect it from a place of like it will be nice, right? It will be nice for you to. However, for you to force that on someone, like that's their choice in the end of the day. You made a choice, whether it was a mistake or not. You have to deal with the consequences of those choices, and that person is not forced to have to deal with the consequences of your decisions. I think it's very selfish. And it's hidden as a thing of love, right? Like, oh, don't treat my baby like that. That's I don't know. I think that's very unfair to put someone like force someone to do, and the child too. Like, if you really love your child, why would you even put your child in the middle of that,
Yeah, that's
forcing them on someone and to watch that? Like, that's inconsiderate. I don't think she's protecting her child at all.
Yeah, I put the whole blame on the mom. She shouldn't. Even if the family invited her, she didn't have to bring the child over there. Like it's the mom's fault, 100%.
Yeah.
Not even the families. It's the mom.
I
Okay,
would have
okay.
left.
He said I would have left.
Yeah.
I feel you. Yo,
That's awful.
Candace, what's your thoughts on the topic?
I feel like I want to throw up in my mouth. Like,
Mm.
Ooh, don't do that.
I mean, like that's like disgust on everybody's part because you got some people with a misplaced like saying it out of love. No, listen, it ain't these babies' fault. Okay, but they are caught in the crosshair. And if we're honest, a lot of us don't know our children well enough for them to be us to be relationally with them if they weren't our children. Does that make sense? Meaning the only reason that he's been pouring into that child's life is because it was his child. And there's no mistake. You knew you laid down with two men around the same time. You should have got it tested, whatever. Like that's crazy. And then for the other people to you're not thinking about the totality of the circumstances, and that's irresponsible. Like your emotions are too involved in it. Talking about this child, the child is going to have much more of an issue because having that father who's not the father involved in that child's life, like all of the things that's going to come because of it. No, she's selfish for her. She don't care about that doggone child.
Mm-mm. And dang, you sleeping with two men like around the same time. You don't know who the daddy is. That's crazy.
That's a whole other level of the situation. Like, again, you put yourself in that position and then are expecting this person out of love. You're almost like you're backing him in a corner. You're forcing him to like, oh, you're supposed to just love me through it and accept this, and that's very selfish
Yeah,
of you to
selfish is a
do.
key word.
and all that. You can get out my house. I have her here. All right, peace.
Yeah, I
Holla.
get
That's
that out
one less
there.
person I got to think about to say happy birthday to next year.
Right, right. 1 second, Penelope. Did you get or hear anything that was going on? Seems like you have some audio video issues going on. I don't think she heard anything. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Matt. What's your thoughts on the topic?
I didn't get a chance to read the comments or anything like that. This is my first time seeing the video. But what was the mainstream response? Was it people rooting for the father, or was it people saying that the father was in the wrong?
Good question. I did not look at the comment section as well, but that is a good question. But overall, let me just take a look real quick.
Okay.
It says y'all wrong for putting that baby in the middle of trying to guilt homeboy. She cheated and the kid isn't his.
Yeah.
I trust y'all have no idea what that feels like. He's right. Y'all take the kid, don't use the kid. Yeah, so it seems like a lot of people are on his side.
That's good.
And this is where there should be some type of fine. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but there should be some type of fine that she needs to pay, right? Because has he been raising that child all these years? Like there should be, just like
I
men
agree with that.
are held to the fire and have to pay like child support or whatever. This is when I think women should kind of be held to the fire as well. How do we know that she didn't plan this? Why are you
Yeah,
laughing?
right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even if she didn't plan it, she planned it.
She
Like
did. Because at some point she knew. Yeah. So I
Yeah. And
agree.
then,
I don't think
yeah.
men are protected when it comes to the situation when it comes to children and just in general. Like I've met a lot of men and unfortunately they're not put in a position that they're aware of their rights either. So there's this unexpected expectation like, oh, I have to be a man, and they walk kind of like a fine line or afraid to like speak up for themselves and are forced in messed up situations when it comes to child support, and child support is weaponized against them. Like if roles were reversed, I'm sure this person will put that person through hell. I would assume, just based off of their selfish nature in this decision. So again, like if you feel like you have a right, like me as a woman, I would never want to be put in that situation. A person in general, woman and man aside. I think we need to start treating others the ways we want to be treated. Like that's the golden rule. I feel like a lot of times we expect the other person to kind of just put up with our BS or take the shortcoming in a situation that we would never allow someone to do to us.
I think
If you think,
so. Yeah, I mean, my mind went to what if the roles were reversed, and then it is the legal implications and the fact that, I mean, I'm even taking a look at even a broader scope, how much is really in favor of women, because I mean, the fact that it's not a standard or it's not a mandate to have paternity testing at birth, I think that's a crime in and of itself. Because you're right. I mean, the guy literally took care of that child for 6 years. Where's his retribution?
Right.
right. Like, and if you think about it, that is theft by fraud.
Hmm?
There needs to be some type of like, if even if you didn't know, you chose not to know, you chose to be ignorant, you could have saved the man from that liability. You chose not to.
And in most
That's
states,
theft by fraud.
and in most
There
states,
needs to be repercussions.
yeah, and in most states, if you sign a birth certificate, it's the court's decision to decide whether or not you should pay child support for the 18 years for the child.
Well, on that
Because they
note,
say
yeah.
if you
Go
can't
ahead.
find the father, then they're doing it for the best interest of the child.
Yeah,
What's up, Penelope?
No, I was just piggybacking off of what he said. I know, like in New York State, if the guy signed a birth certificate, whether paternity was established or not,
Right.
they're legally responsible.
Exactly.
They gotta pay.
Well, you don't have to. So there's a case out of Michigan right now where a guy is actually facing jail time because a woman put his name on the birth certificate, and everyone knows it's not his kid, but they're still saying he's legally liable to pay for that kid, and he's still facing jail time at this time. So, And then in certain states, if you do take care of a child that's not yours, you still can be put on child support. So it doesn't necessarily matter. The lady had the unmitigated gall to do this, but the best thing about this is children have an elasticity when it comes to their brain works. If he just goes ahead and detaches from her, say, hey, f that kid, like he should, then she at some point she may forget who he even was, and I think that's what it needs to be a clean break. And the mom, like I said, she has the unmitigated gall to bring him there. She that's a conversation that you guys have before you even put that child in that situation. And unfortunately, they didn't have that. This is why you don't lay down with the people you lay down with, because you get situations like this. So, that's where I'm at on that one.
Well, and that's awful on the state side too, because it's like a woman can know those are the laws and do this on purpose. You know what I'm saying? So that's a awful law.
Well,
That's why, like, I would
that's
think
everyone's
everything-
favorite president, Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton put that all up. Bill Clinton, with the help with some other people, put that in law in the '90s. So that's his doing.
If I'm not mistaken, the lady who the guy who Professor's talking about, that the guy's up to go to jail because of child support and it's not his child. She told the courts that she put his name on the birth certificate because they told her if she didn't put someone's name as the father, she couldn't get government assistance. So she just put his name on there.
Wow.
That's correct, and that's why a lot of women put men on child support so that they can get TANF and Section 8 vouchers and things of that sort. So they'll put whomever they want, even though they know it's not the father, so that they can get those benefits. So like someone said earlier, child support has been weaponized, especially against men. And so, men, there are resources out there. You just have to go find the resources to try to fight these things. But like Matthew's point, mandatory paternity tests should be done whether you're married or not at every birth in the United States. I mean, they're fairly inexpensive to do.
Ladies, how do y'all feel about that mandatory DNA testing? I know how Candace feels about it, but I have 3 new people.
Wait, how does Candace feel about it?
Tell us again, Candace. Tell us again.
Wait, how does Candace
tell again for the people in the back?
Right. And I'm way in the back.
For the people without glasses.
Even though thinking about myself personally, I disagree with it. I'm more so completely agree with it because I don't see the harm in it. If it becomes a law, okay, I got to do it versus somebody asking me to do it. I mean, why not? The baby's yours.
Right. And think about that. Like, that literally means you're sleeping unprotected with
With how many
multiple
people?
men. Oh my God.
Yeah,
So
I feel the
that
same
would be
way.
that would be my point. That would be my point in saying that I would take offense to it because the reasons why you would put that into effect, I'm
You're
not that
assuming
person.
that.
Yeah, I'm not that person. But if it's a law, I'm a rule follower. I follow the rules. So I'm like, all right, cool. Baby number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever I need to take off. Fine, as long as y'all paying for it, I'm good.
So you
Yeah,
do or do not like
I
it as
get
a law?
it. I could see how it could be offensive, especially again, like I know I wouldn't put myself in a position to be sleeping around with multiple people to even have to question the paternity. However, respect, I love if that's what they need or if it is a law, like that, it is what it is. Because I also know not everyone operates like me, and in the grand scheme of things, it's better that because I can't imagine being a man and would have to always wonder or be in that situation like I've been lied to for 6, like that's crazy. That's heartbreaking for me because I'm a lover, like, and I can imagine. I feel like men, especially, feeling that they protected and provided for this child or thinking like this is mine, to then be told, oh, JK, not yours, like that's trauma.
So would y'all go ahead, Pino, I'm sorry.
No, you're
What's
good.
up,
Go ahead.
Penelope?
I mean, that's honestly, yeah. I feel like if it has to
Oh.
be, it has to be because it protects somebody.
Well, I have 2 things. So,
Am I breaking up?
oh yeah, we can
We can hear you.
Yeah,
We can hear you. We can't see you, but we can hear you.
I don't know
She
what
must be friends
happened.
with Kid.
Darn.
That tree in the way.
Well, if you want to say what you need to say, go ahead. Go ahead, say what you need to say, Penelope. Oh, okay.
What's up, Penelope?
What? Yeah, can you hear us? I think she's
No,
gone now.
anyone.
Well, my question to Candace and Jazz: if you guys got pregnant by the hypothetical man, you had this child, and he said, "I want you to take a paternity test." How would the relationship be after that? Would you feel a certain type of way?
It depends on the conversation that follows.
Okay.
Can you
Yeah, it depends.
elaborate?
If there is a if he's been through trauma in the past, then I know it's where it's coming from. It's not coming from a place that of like, oh,
I'll
I
give
just
you
feel like
one.
you're gonna do this to me, because I've never given a person a reason to do that. But if it's coming from a place of trauma because of something that he's gone through, or if it's coming from a legitimate place, even if I don't agree with it, because I'm very analytical, so I consider everything in a situation before I make a decision as to what is right. So if he can, if it comes from a place that's genuine and not from like a little boy place, then I can deal with that fine. If that's what you need to make you feel secure, to secure, because I'm not just saving him from me or from this pregnancy being something that he questions. I'm helping heal parts of him that are still broken. So I'm okay with it. I do it. But if he come out his mouth talk about, nah, I need you to take a test. I need you to take a paternity
Right.
test. Yeah. If he start doing that, we ain't doing, nah.
Yeah, I
Does it
think it's the
matter?
intention behind it. Like, ideally, I wouldn't find myself in a position that I'm having a baby with a person that I don't have a level of respect and love and
Mhm.
have that relationship with. Therefore, I would assume that if that conversation comes up, it would, one, it's like, then you don't really know me. But again, like you, I agree, Candace, because I understand people have a past, and if it's coming from that type of place, it's understandable. It's the intent. Now if you're coming from this controlling, or it's almost like a malicious, it's an attack against my character, and you can tell it's
Yeah.
not necessarily that you genuinely have a concern, but it's coming from a nasty place. Then yeah, I'm gonna come out my face, or I'm gonna at least address it. Like, I'm gonna be like, that's, it's offensive at that point.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, that
now
doesn't make
I'm
sense.
concerned because now I'm gonna have a kid with someone that acts like that. Like, that's a red flag for me.
Yeah, why are you having a kid with somebody that you don't trust? Like, that's, to me, like, when you have concern, that's where we have to start. Like, you want me to take a paternity
Exactly.
test?
Like, why are we even here? How do we end up
Well,
here?
Right.
you want to know
But
if you
it's
can, you absolutely trust them.
right.
You should know that before you
Yeah, but
sleep with me
I
unprotected.
Period.
guarantee you,
yeah.
I can give
Right.
you a
that guy in the
FCE or
video felt like
anything.
he could trust that lady that had the kid on him.
Right.
Mm,
Exactly.
So,
good
I
point.
mean,
Good point.
Okay,
we
It,
can't
but
fake it.
it's a 6 figure payment for that child if you raise that child to 18. So a man's looking at it from a money standpoint as well, like in a legacy standpoint. That's not my child. So the things that child may have medically, I don't know why, because they may test the mom and me, and that's another dad. That's the child, and that's why they're having medical issues. Or again, 6 figures is a lot of money to spend on a kid to find out at 18 a kid's not yours. I mean, it's a lot that comes with that you guys are like, well, if he don't trust me, he don't trust me. No, it's a lot that comes into that. And this is why men are asking for paternity tests, because believe it or not, women do cheat, and women cheat 4% less than men do. So women do cheat. So we can't necessarily agree that that's our child. So why
I
would
actually like I actually like this. I like this statement though. I'm not gonna hold you. Taking a test doesn't equate to that the man doesn't trust you. He should know like the woman knows. I agree with that. It
Sometimes
just
these
the
women
same way
don't know.
you are
Sometimes women don't know.
100% sure that it's your child, a man should know 100% that's his child. And the only way we'll know, beyond all the trust, is by taking paternity tests.
Are you
But
held
I think
I
responsible if
two
you don't
things are
sign
I
the
right
birth
at
get
the
certificate?
same
that.
time. Like, two things are right at the same time. Like, there's an issue that you need me to take a paternity test, but at the end of the day, I can take it. Like, I think both of these things are right, if that makes sense. Like, protect the man, yes, but then the fact that you need protection from someone that you're already sleeping with unprotected, that is an issue. So both of those things are right, but both of those things are kind of wrong, if that makes sense.
it
What
makes a
if
lot
Yeah,
of
something
I
broke?
sense.
agree. I think it's more so, and speaking for, I can only speak because I live my life, right? I can only speak from my perspective. In the type of relationship that I want to have, and the dynamic, and in the space that we're having a kid, me personally, I can see where the insult comes from, or it's a level, like, it has to be trust, because in the end of the day, I'm not having a situation in which I'm just sleeping around anyway, just having a kid with just anybody. So coming from a perspective that is not on some just casually went out one Friday, now we having a kid and now you don't know if it's yours. No, like if we got to this situation again, me and you are courting at this point. I expect that the man that I'm having a kid with should know me well enough. That's not even a thought in his mind because he knows me. He knows the type of woman I am, the character I have. It's like, nah, if she's pregnant, it's mine. That the two go together. I understand that we live in a world in which that's not always the case. However, to diminish or take away from the fact that I can only live my life and my truth, and I know in a situation that I'm in, I would never be in that position. And for a man that's with me specifically, yeah, there's a problem there. There is an issue. If the person has to ask me, well, is it mine? It's just like, well, whoa, what happened here? There's a disconnect going on because if me and you are having a kid, it's me and you.
Yeah.
Like the sky is blue.
So
There's no oops there because I don't move that way.
let me ask the panel. Let me ask the panel this question, right? Stereotypes. If you are looking at stereotypes, is it considered you're small-minded because you're believing a stereotype, or is it somewhat kind of self-defense by kind of looking into stereotypes? And I can guarantee you that 9 times out of 10, every guy that signed the birth certificate trusted that the person wasn't lying to them about the child's father, about him being the child's father.
Okay. Okay. I hear you. But I think coming from at least myself and Jazz's perspective is that the type of women we are, the quality like that we are.
So I'm not included in that. Like, what
Oh no, I can't even see you. I can't even see you. I
Damn.
didn't know it's 3 years.
God.
I didn't
Not
know
you,
the
not you,
Sight,
not
out of
you.
mind. Out of
Look, me
sight,
and
out of
Deb,
mind.
And
I
I'm
don't know
only
about
saying it
you.
based on what she's
No,
saying,
I'm
Mel.
joking.
out of
God.
sight, out of
I'm
You
mind.
blacked
joking.
out when they start talking.
Right. Out of sight, out of mind. Right.
I'm
So
joking.
see my ADD darn. Yeah.
Sorry.
So women like us, if we agree with the stereotype, it's because we've had experience and we've seen that thing through our experience to be true. So we can go along with a certain stereotype. So I don't go along with stereotypes unless they've been proven to me time and time again. Then I can say, I have this information that shows me in all likelihood this stereotype is correct. So
I get.
what I'm saying is, if I am allowing a man to court me that would be taken, that would be like taken for granted, that can't see and doesn't have that discernment, then like I would never date a man on that level. Does that make sense? Am I
Hmm.
making a
I,
little bit of
it,
sense?
No,
well,
I agree.
I guarantee you that every woman that said they're like you are those same women that allow that man to sign that birth certificate.
I can, I
But I
can,
would.
I
There's
can,
no way in
I
the
can
world.
tell you
And then
100% is not
when
because
it
I'm
comes out,
that woman like me.
and
And
when it comes
there's
to the
no way I'm letting just any
God
man.
damn.
That's my legacy.
But I guarantee you, when it comes to the point that he finds out the child's not his, it was a mistake. It was this. It was that. It's never. Well, I was sleeping with 2 men, and
Okay,
Then,
so
but
the
then don't compare
equivalent,
that to me, though, Quinn. Don't compare that to
I'm not. I'm
me.
not
right?
comparing it to you.
He's
But
not
I'm
saying.
But
He's
saying
not
you
saying
said
you.
every
I'm not.
woman
to
like
No,
you.
this.
no, I'm not saying it to you. What I'm saying is everyone would say that 9 times out of 10, the person that they select to be the father or put his name on the birth certificate or put the child on, we'll just say that, is the person that they know will take care of that child.
But if you really think about it, those type of men that would do that and not be in a situation where they don't have to question that, those type of men that would be like, oh, okay, even though they see that woman for what she is in that moment, something is wrong with them. Then we have to start thinking with our, listen to me. We have to start thinking about ourselves and doing the due diligence in these situations to not allow ourselves to
Rita,
be put in those situations. Go ahead.
Because, okay, it's the equivalent, I feel like, from a man's perspective. Think about when men all men ain't shit. All men ain't shit. All men ain't shit. All men are cheaters, right? I feel like the response to that is like, well, is it all men ain't shit or is it the men that you're choosing, right? The same way that you have doubts and fears, we as women can have doubts and fears that I'm dating a liar or a misogynist. And the first thing a man's going to say is, well, you need to do better at selecting the man that you're being with. So to an extent, if a man put himself in a position to be with these so-called women that would lie and put their name on a birth certificate, there is a deeper issue of their selection process and their discernment of even sleeping with a woman that they can't pick up on the fact that she is a liar or that she will misuse that trust. There is a difference between a good man, a good woman, and let's say everybody else. So
So can
to
I ask
try
you a
to put
question then?
the stereotype on everyone is the same issue. Like the same way men don't want to be called dogs, and just because there's a idea that men like to cheat, we have to trust that there's a good man out there that's going to be honest. Same concept. Yes, people can lie. A woman can lie about sleeping around and lie about the child being, yours. However, not all women are like that. So the root is, as a man, what do you have control over? You have control of where you put your seed. You have control of how you are having sexual intercourse and making sure that you're doing what you can to choose the right woman so that you are not put in a position. The woman's showing you she's that type of woman. And if she's that good at lying and you got put in that situation, I'm sorry, because I'm not saying that it's not impossible. But you know what? Good women have been put in a bad situation with the lying man and didn't realize it. You get what I'm saying? Like these are just variables in a wide array of circumstances.
I understand exactly what you're saying, but most of those situations don't equate to someone being lawfully given a financial responsibility that they can't get out of, or unrightfully given a law. So that's the big picture of it.
Can
We
Why
I?
would
agree
you
that
why
needs
would
to
you put that
happen.
person to something that if they find out the child is not theirs and stop paying, they could go to jail?
So Candace and Jack, I think I understand your perspective. I guess my question would be, what do you say to the guy that is secure, everything like that, but sees a case like the case happening out in Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Is it,
Yes,
sees the
yes.
case that happens out in Michigan, sees the video that we just watched, and purely for those reasons alone, they just want to be sure. Just
So
based
let
off of like what would you say to that person, even if they feel like they choose quality women, like they choose and they feel like they have a good judgment of character, but they see these things and and so to Quint's point, they know that okay, no matter I can't just take women for their word anymore. And
so
and so what do you say to that person?
Is there a certain kind of
personally,
profile? Sorry, go ahead, Candace.
personally, meaning if it happens to me, like if my significant other comes to me and asks that,
No, 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 no,
and
no. What do you
wait, no, no,
say?
no, let me, no, no,
Okay.
no, let me finish. I'm gonna answer your
Okay.
question.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
You got to let him correct. You got to let him tell you what he meant first. If you're taking it wrong,
No, were you done? Were you done explaining? Were you done with your
Yeah,
question,
yeah.
Matthew?
Like just the
Okay,
ultimate
so
question.
I'm
What
giving
do you
I'm
say
giving an answer. He
to
he
that man
thinks.
in particular? Yeah.
Hold on, Matthew. I'm gonna get back to you in a second. Quint, I'm giving him an answer, and I started off with what I started off with for a reason, and I understand what he was about to retort. I
you
understand that,
can't
but
read
I'm
his
getting
mind.
to answer his question. Okay, can I do that?
Go ahead, read his
Mm.
mind.
Okay. So like I said, personally, and what I would tell someone, let's say a couple came to me, and what I would tell the man professionally, and what I would tell her professionally is I can understand and it is valid because having a child with someone for the rest of your life is a major decision and you want to be completely sure. I would tell her that feeling of his is completely valid and you have to think about the big picture, whether or not your ego needs to be sufficed or that concern being in his head. You got to think about the both of you winning. So I would encourage them both. I would tell him it is going to cause an issue with her, especially if she's like honest and whatever. It is going to. Just thinking about us as human beings, and you both have to work through it. So, yes, get the test, understand how it's going to make her feel, understand how it's going to make him feel if you don't, and just let it be. You
Well,
fix
what if
whatever needs to be fixed because you had to ask, and she granted it. Everybody's happy in the end.
well,
Somebody was going to be bound to be hurt.
what if she tell you that she's the type of lady that you said that you were a couple minutes ago, and she don't want it?
I just explained what because I already said in the beginning, Quint. Maybe you didn't hear me.
I heard you.
If that's what he want, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I've already, so I'm not against it. But if she says that, I'm going to say, baby, I understand, and I say the same thing. But you have to understand the fact that this thing is big and it's putting doubt in people's heads. We're human. If you think you're perfect, then that there is an issue, because that means you're not going to protect yourself from your imperfection. So, I mean, I don't know. It's a win-win for me.
Yo, hold
Go
on,
ahead.
hold on.
Matthew, go ahead.
Matthew got beef with Matthew. I don't know what's going on out here.
I thought
Matthew, did I
Matthew
answer your question?
put it together. Yeah.
Did I answer your question? Do you have any follow-ups?
You did. I think it's.
He's just trying to shut you up.
No, you just trying to shut me up.
Can I ask a question?
He's being inquisitive.
Is there a certain type of profile of a woman? This is an honest question for a man, especially the men on the panel who are married or, with in serious situations. Is there a certain type of profile of a woman that will sleep with two men at the same time and potentially have that issue of not knowing who the father is? Like, and I ask that because I don't think that, Mingo, with your wife, you wouldn't have thought, oh, you better have a test, or, with your, Caucasian wife. I'm sure you wouldn't have thought that either. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I feel like
why she gotta be Caucasian?
Damn. Why she just get this wife?
I'm on my phone.
Damn.
I'm on my phone and I cannot see that far away. But I'm trying to like differentiate like the men who are married and stuff like that, or
Caucasian
who are
wife
with
is not on the panel.
Right, exactly.
My point is there a certain profile that men see, like as far as a woman that would give, oh, she probably sleeping with two men at the same time, or is that not a thing?
Well, I'll say this. Let me jump in on this one.
Let's talk about his Caucasian wife now.
Oh, goddamn.
It's all love.
Me, myself, regardless of who I was married to, I'd probably get a DNA test. Just to make absolutely sure. Whether it would hurt their feelings or not, I know it probably would to a certain extent, but that's just me, number one. And number two, this is a saying that I've been using since I think I've been in about the 8th grade. A 304 knows how to pretend to be a good woman better than a good woman do. So they put themselves out there as a great woman. I mean, with the young lady, I guess her name was Superhead or something like that. When you ask all the guys that she dealt with, or the person that she was friends with, or whatever the case, they all describe her as the coolest person in the world. You leave the club and if you call her, you can bring the fellas over. She'll cook for everyone. I mean, she was the ultimate lady. But she was a 304. So
no, that's not the ultimate lady that you can cook and all the guys can come over. Come on now.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm not
I'm not saying that she is. Well, quite naturally, she's not, but she knew how to pretend to be. You see what I'm saying?
That's not even pretending to be a good woman.
She was
that's
blatantly, I'm a hoe. It was a blatant sign of I'm a
304.
She said that afterwards to make her money on her book.
Okay, first of all,
you all can agree or not.
Superhead was
You all can agree or not.
Okay?
But a 304 can pretend to be a good woman better than a good woman can be.
But my thing is that those who take in the pretend, that's obviously a pretend good woman, they are accepting certain things from a place of lack.
Call
so
it what you want.
Still on them.
Call it what you want. They can wear a mask pretty good.
Okay, so I'm not gonna do that because I just felt myself being like, I just felt myself. You're right, I'm not.
I got something to steam your glasses up. You better leave me alone.
I would say So Melanie, definitely in the way that they date, like you have a lot of women out today. I mean, not saying all, but there's a lot out there that believe in having the roster.
Mm.
So they got the guy that they will go out on dates with, the guy that they friend zone just for non-sexual attention, the guy that they is their main squeeze. So I mean, you can tell in the way that the person dates. I think that's a good indication. And then, not gonna lie, I mean, just depending upon how easy they are.
A woman with a roster, you're saying is a red flag? Is that what yours?
They would be more likely to be sleeping with multiple men at the same time.
But we never know they have a roster until.
Right.
Well,
I-
but
Listen,
this is what I'm saying. You must have got it bad because
just in the way that I think in the way that a person carries himself, they'll they'll give off certain vibes, which you can then explore, to verify. But I think like if I ask, someone, hey, are you dating? And they're like, yeah, I'm dating multiple people. I know they're just not, or my first thought isn't, okay, they're just strictly going on dates with multiple people. My first
Wow.
thought is they probably have somewhat of a roster, and is and so.
But isn't that the point of dating? Is to date multiple people
no,
until you find the one?
It's not.
No, it's
Hold on
not
one
the- that is
second.
not the point.
Mont, do me a favor. Mont, do me a favor. Can you message me on IG? I see that you want to jump in. Send me a message on IG right now. For some reason, I can't.
So what I would say though is that the question, I think the question is what does it look? Sort of what does that woman look like? She looks like a woman.
Yes, they're like a particular
there's no rhyme, reason, type, light skin, dark skin, white, black, Asian, Indian. Don't matter what she look like, a PhD or a high school degree. It don't matter. If they're gonna cheat, they're gonna cheat. So at the end of the day, we can't decipher what a woman's gonna look like that's gonna do what that lady did. So what does she look like? She looks like a woman. Just like y'all can't tell if a man's gonna cheat or not. Y'all can think the biggest dude that's the player is gonna, and he could be the most faithful. With a dude that's the bookworm is cheating on y'all left and right. So you don't know. They're a person.
Yeah, I just feel like some amount of conversation is gonna help you pull that out. You asking the right questions. Hey, Mont.
Yeah.
It will to a
Good,
certain
bro.
extent. But some people know how to hide it for a good while. Because
Damn, hide it for a good while. That's crazy.
I mean, look,
What's your
it
thoughts,
depends
Mont?
on what you're doing. Because like when
But
I
when
was
you're dating, you're collecting data on a person. I don't see how you could miss something like that. Maybe I'm being naive, but
when I was in the streets, I didn't worry about that because I was doing my thing.
Well, because you was that's and those are the
you're the
ninjas that we be talking about. Those are the ninjas we talking about.
But what I will
hold on
say,
1 second, y'all. 1 second.
Go ahead, Mont.
I want. Go ahead, Quint. Finish saying what you was gonna say.
No, go ahead. I get back to it.
He actually disagrees. I want to know what my guy.
Yeah, I disagree. I think we're not talking to women enough. I think we're not asking the right questions. I think we're not letting them talk enough. We're not listening enough. A woman gonna tell you who she is. She's going to tell you who she is. Like if y'all are really talking and you really asking the right questions and you're interested in her and you make her feel comfortable, she gonna tell you everything you need to know. She gonna start telling you stories. She gonna start telling you the way she think about men, the way she gonna tell you about her girlfriends. You gonna find out everything. Y'all just not listening. I think most men are probably not listening. They telling you who they are. They telling you their experiences. They telling you their worldviews. I don't know. Like when you brought up the superhead example, like the superhead example, like I know a lot of women who I consider to be whores who are like they can host. They good hosts. I think a lot of women who are happen to be that the W word, a lot of them just they enjoy that. They enjoy they'll probably make great women to have in your house cooking, and the ones that I've met, that's what they all tried to get me that way. They could cook, they could clean, they would clean my house. I didn't even ask them. They did the most, and to try to but
you said I
it was
asked
hoes. Let's just be honest. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, saying that we don't listen or we're not talking to them enough. But 9 times out of 10, if we're not talking to them and we're not listening to what they're saying, that's not the one that we want to be with anyway. I mean, we have our thing just like they do. But it's regardless of what you're saying, and I mean, I agree with you. But I'm not gonna say that every one of those guys that have had a child put on them didn't talk or didn't listen or didn't this. So any direction you go in, there's outliers.
You know,
Right.
when I think it's the same thing that we kind of tell women, and because I do think a lot of women are guilty for ignoring red flags, and I think a lot of us are too. Because when you win it, like, listen, I've dealt with women who, like, years later, I'm like, yo, I'm like, Shorty has changed, right? But then other people like, yo, I always saw it. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I was just blind during the time. Like, I'm thinking she different. Maybe I just was, I just was kind of like couldn't see it at the time. Or maybe she, I don't know. But you want mute, Quint?
I think you're talking to.
So, Ma, you're saying
I wouldn't interrupt you. I'm sorry about that, man. I was working. I'm gonna go ahead and get off camera while I'm working, so I won't confuse you all.
Oh, for sure.
So the person that and Quint, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm trying to make sure to understand your perspective correctly. You're saying that the woman that would put a man on the birth certificate, you're saying that person has the capability of still acting normal, or still acting like a good woman. Well, he's on mute now.
Yeah.
But I think that's what he was trying to say, which I think those particular type of women, I think, do know how to act to get what they want. I'm not going to, so I do see his point, but I also see yours too, Mott. But I think that the person like, for example, the mom on the video, for example, I'm sure up until that 6-year period point, she was the quote unquote, or acted like the quote unquote good woman. And she said all the right things. And I'm sure that dude was listening.
Trying to get away with it.
And I'm sure
I'm sure he saw red flags. He saw red flags.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Assuming a lot.
The 5 minutes that I seen that video,
I saw
that
red.
woman
Exactly.
was not well.
You're assuming a lot.
I hate to say that, but
Yeah,
that video I saw, like,
ain't
there's
no way
that
for
she didn't have
6
red
years
flags.
you ain't see stuff. Ain't
Right.
nowhere but 6
That's
years.
that's BS, because women stay in relationships for a lot longer and they end up the same way. So don't sit here and say because the man didn't see what was going on that he should have saw why she was gonna have a kid on him. No,
It's more so a
That's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying.
Because women do
That's
the
not what we're
same.
saying.
Women do because we say the same shit. We say the same shit to y'all about y'all should have vetted better. The whole 9. So y'all don't see, y'all got this whole woman's intuition, but that shit don't work when y'all don't, when y'all in these 10-year relationships and that shit go nowhere. So I don't want to hear that. Don't say
a
the
lot
same
to go
thing
through you're saying a lot to take off
Well, no, I got
what the
some.
actual point of this is.
I'm just saying.
I think vetting, vetting should be
years, for 6 years. You're saying that this guy was just dumb. Like that's like, but like that's what I'm saying. Like the fact that he was committed to quote unquote his child, right, or committed to this individual, meant that there was something genuine. Meant that he saw her as a good woman.
Okay.
But oftentimes,
was able to keep up that act until it didn't really serve her a benefit anymore.
I think that's why he was so hurt.
No, okay, put it like let's change the scenario. Let's say that they weren't together around that time, that they were just dating, they were each dating different people. Quit, I'm not even done.
Damn, she didn't finish her.
Yo, you said, you just told her don't read minds, and here you are reading her mind.
If they weren't together at that time, she shouldn't have put the child
You're
on.
not, Quinn, just chill out and listen to my story, bro.
Okay, well,
I
tell
mean, I don't know if I can call you bro. Okay, anyway. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. Okay.
Milk of
So
magnesia.
let's say they weren't together. They were just hanging out, whatever. And as a result of the pregnancy, then they got together. Meaning, let's say everybody was having sex with whoever they wanted to have sex with, and they got together after that. Let's say that. So that takes away the whole she cheated on him. But from that point, I'm not saying she's right. From that point, she's like, he's the lesser of two evils. So I'm going to put this on him. and she did everything in her power to keep him there, cooking for him, being the perfect woman, this and that. Still, you can tell a person's heart if you are purposeful about looking in and digging in. You can ask certain questions to pull out the truth in
Yeah.
someone. I'm not saying that he is the problem or whatever. I'm just saying everybody has to be accountable in certain things. You can't just blame the woman. You have to blame, not blame. You have to see the fault or see the reasonings with the man too. Like, because the only thing that's gonna fix it, because it's gonna be another woman that's gonna try the same thing. The only way it's gonna fix it
Right.
is you digging into a relationship and not being afraid to ask the right questions and
I
not
don't want to be.
thinking certain
Like
things are
he was
cute or
wrong.
whatever the case may be.
Right.
Ask questions.
I think the issue is here is that we're not disagreeing with you all saying that she was
Mhm.
wrong. Like 1,000%, we are in agreement with you in the fact that she's wrong. What we're offering is a solution, right? Control the controllables. As a man and in your position as a man, you cannot control the other being, right? We cannot control and dictate if you are dealing with a good woman. So, a controllable, what we're offering you is a solution that men, you can do a better job of selecting the woman or being more attentive so that you don't end up in that position. If you're sleeping around and you're not unprotected, like, again, you're dropping your seed. So what you have a control in is making sure that where you drop your seed is purposeful. You are dropping in good dirt and good grounds. And if you have any questions on whether that is good dirt, you shouldn't be dropping it. Period. If you have concerns beforehand. But no, it's let's have fun, let me sprinkle my seeds, and then after the fact your solution then sounds like let me sprinkle the seeds anywhere, and to make sure it's my flower, then I'm going to test it. And that's okay if that's your solution. How we feel though, or at least I can speak for myself, I think a better solution is just be careful where you're dropping those seeds, be more intentional, be more aware of who you're dealing with on that level. There's levels to intimacy. If you're
So let's
concerned you're dealing with someone that's going to lie
Jazz,
to you about being a parent, like that's a
J-
bigger issue before you even get to the child being conceived.
Jazz,
Right?
Jazz,
But we
Jazz. If your man gave you an STD and let's say a curable STD.
Whoa.
No, listen
Whoa.
where I'm going. If your man gave you a curable STD and he said, "No, I promise you, I ain't been sleeping around. I ain't done nothing. I don't know where you got that STD from." Would you want him to get tested, or would you just be like, "All right, no, I believe you."
100% you get tested.
Yeah,
Right.
that's just out of health.
But
You both
okay. So but the man shouldn't test the paternity of a child that is not his.
Not saying that. If you feel you need
Because I
to
should trust you.
get tested, please do the test. Because I
I
even
think
agree with that too.
we
If the
agree.
man comes
We
to me and
agree.
saying that he wants it, I'm not saying that you can't. Please do.
I
However,
think
is that the only solution you're offering? You're saying that's the best and only solution is the test. That's
I
it.
think a
There's
more
no
accurate.
other areas in which
the
you can
DNA
impede
test, yeah,
that
that's a good one.
circumstance.
I think a more accurate comparison would have been like if y'all been married for 6 years, would you continue to randomly to every 3 months get STD tested? If y'all been married, something like
That's
that is
crazy.
more because having a baby is normal. Y'all been having sex, a baby comes out. But the only getting an STD is like, well, who else would have gave it to me? We the only people that had sex. So that's a little
Well, I
bit
ain't saying
different
it
of a
because we
question.
not. Cause I didn't say it because
Whoever gave
we
her that
ain't getting
baby.
married, so that's why I didn't bring up a marriage piece.
Yeah.
But I hear what you're saying.
I don't want to be misconstrued either. That I'm not saying that women who are generally probably good women aren't capable of being in a position of where they might end up cheating on you at some point. People change, situations change. I've never been there yet in my life. I'm 32. I don't know. I haven't been with somebody for 10 years and I haven't gotten to watch them change over time or something like that, or them be tempted in that way. So I don't know. So I'm not saying that it's always going to be the man's fault. It's very possible that maybe she might have sex with somebody at some point, and if you're put in that position of like, would you just push the baby on somebody? I probably would if I was in that situation too. I don't know.
Hey.
Like I don't know. Like if you was in a relationship with a woman, if you were in a relationship with a guy and you got you had a baby 10 years in or 6 years in, and you may have stepped out for a second, would you be like, hey, get a DNA test first, see if it's your baby? You probably wouldn't.
Uh,
That,
I,
just cause,
I think that
just cause,
somebody brought
just
up
cause
a
you
good a good topic of like how are we vetting these people. I think that's something that we also need to look at on both sides. I think the men and the women need to be a little more intentional on how we're vetting our partners, because again, there are red flags. I don't care what anybody say. There's red flags that we see on both sides that we ignore. So I think the piece about vetting appropriately is something that needs to be looked into as well.
I got a question for the fellas. How many?
I sound like Joe with that. This was for the fellas. I'm talking to you fellas.
How many of you all have had girlfriends or girlfriends in the past that, regardless of how long it's been or how long you've been away from them or what have you, if you all or see one another or talk to one another or what have you, she'll do pretty much whatever to get away with you and be with you?
Are you asking that would this woman always prefer you over the other men she's dealing with?
Yeah, I just put it like this. I don't feel like I'm that special of a guy. I mean, I'm a bigger dude, not fat, but I'm taller or what have you. And I guess that attracts some people or what have you. But I've been in the military. I have women that I've been with, from around the world pretty much, that if I were to try to contact them and try to meet up with them or what have you and be with them, they would be down for it. Now, I wouldn't do that, but I'm saying I know they would. So I feel like 99% of women that have had sex or been in multiple relationships have this one person that they would always have that soft spot for and possibly sleep with if they can find a way to get away and do it.
Ooh.
And I tell most of my friends that when you get involved in a relationship or when you're with a woman, one of your goals is to become that guy. So with that being said, I know some great women that, if given a chance to be with that one person that they feel that way about, they might stray away and be with them.
Do you know a woman right now in your mind that you think is a great woman, that if you propositioned her, she would take it no matter where she
Well,
is?
I know what the answer is going to be, because you all are waiting to come back and say, well, she's not a great woman then.
I'm just asking.
But in all actuality, say what? Yeah, I'm mind reading.
Can you just
But in all
participate and
actuality,
stop jumping
damn, Candace, hold a minute. There's men talking.
Okay, my bad.
You see two
My
men are
bad.
talking.
You right.
Told your ass to get to walking.
See, he ain't got to say that when in his
Yo,
house.
Candace, come back. Yo, Candace, she did
The white lady,
it
no.
I had to do the Mr. Big.
No, a man not talking, a white man talking. All right.
Candace, don't you see two
But
men
yeah,
talking?
yeah.
You said you do know a woman like that?
Several.
Okay, and what to you makes those individuals good women?
Well, I know that's what you were gonna say. Didn't I say that's what you were gonna say?
Why don't you just answer his question, bro?
I'm trying to see how you think. That's all.
It's not fair though, because no matter what Quint's gonna say, it's gonna be like, well, she probably wasn't a good woman.
Just because y'all want to gang up on the same thing does not make it any more accurate.
I thought we said men are
Answer the
talking.
questions. Let's have a dialogue. That's what
Candace,
this
I think
is.
Candace, Jerome's calling you.
No, Jerome's right here.
He right here.
I genuinely want to, because we got to know how
Jerome,
each
what
other thinks and what each other we got to know how each other thinks in order to have a conversation. So I'm curious what to him makes these individuals a good woman, because maybe also I can challenge him to think. I don't know.
No, it's the situation. I know what you're saying, and I understand where you're coming from. But all I'm saying is that most women, regardless of how good they are with their mate, if their mate is not that person, then there's another person they've been with that could come in. So I guess most women are not good women.
I don't know. You didn't.
Wait,
Can you answer the question?
You didn't even. You evaded the whole question.
Right.
What
Because he
to
knows
you?
he
What to
knows
you?
who that woman is.
He
This
answered. He
because
answered.
so
He answered.
this is when this is how in depth you should be talking and having the hard conversations, that when you say something where you try to speak around something, you don't answer the question, but you try to
I'm
go
not
somewhere
speaking
else and you
around
bringing it
things.
back. You
I'm
didn't
not
answer the
speaking around it.
question. So answer the question. What makes those women
There are good
good?
women that have a weakness.
So
And
what's a
weakness
good
is
woman
you?
to
The
What
you?
weakness
makes
you?
them good? What quality makes?
Eve was a good woman, but she succumbed to the serpent. I'm just saying.
We don't know
Excuse
if
me,
Eve was a good woman.
Professor.
Hell, God made her. She had to be a good woman. I
He made
beg.
all of us.
God made all of us. We're all
He made
good.
Well,
Hitler.
Oh, how you know? Let's not get into
He
that.
specifically made those
Right.
two.
Let's not get
What's
into
up,
that.
what's up,
So the
Penelope?
question was the woman that you were thinking
Penelope
about.
back.
The woman you were thinking about. What makes her a good woman? What quality?
It's very strong, y'all. Lux is a
Well,
strong ass thing.
well, they were great women with me
Mm.
that I know of, because you
What
never know
made
what anyone's doing behind your back. But I
so?
mean, I never had a trust issue or anything like that. I just became that person to them that that they felt like I was the one that got away.
Oh my
That's
god.
no, that's reasonable. You feel like, because I feel like that in certain
Y'all, oh my
situations too,
God, all
right?
you want to, boy. Y'all know what y'all working with here.
Now, you think that those
Prove
women,
it.
right?
Prove
And
it.
this is why I would question,
No,
I
don't
would
prove
challenge the good woman thing, right? Is because if they feel like, if they're good women who feel like you're the one who got away, right?
Yeah.
Cool. If you're single, they're single, I can understand them being like, hey, I want to try this with you. But if you know, or if you have experienced like them being with you while they were with another man, right? And you know that they'll do it again to this day. I'm just curious, like, what makes them a good one? Because to me, that's like, that woman knows that most likely she won't get what she wants out of you, but she can
Right.
have an experience with you. So that's not very intelligent of her to make that decision. So I'm just trying to think what makes,
And you're
it'd
a
be
married
different if
man,
you
so
knew she
any
could leave
any
him and
woman
marry
going after
you.
you is not a good woman. If you're a
There
married
are
man,
no
a woman
good.
going
There are
after you
no
is not a
good
good woman.
women, and there are no good men.
But see, but
That's
here's
what
the
we need to
thing.
agree on.
Here's the thing. We want to sit here and slow talk and quiet talk and loud talk or what have you
Here we go.
around a whole lot of bullshit. But most people, men and women, are not good women. That's women or men that are for that single relationship. I
Do you
mean,
think men have that person?
yeah, men. Yeah, I think so.
I don't
I
know what
think
y'all
so.
I
talking
don't.
about. I'm a good man. I don't know what y'all talking
No,
about.
no, you're not, Mingo.
What
Ain't
you
no
mean?
good man. There's no good women. None of
What
us
you
are good.
mean?
What does that
No,
mean?
we're all shit. There we
I
go.
think he's saying that we
You
have
gotta
the
speak for
potential
yourself.
for evil and we have the
I'm the one
potential
that
for
don't.
greatness.
I'm the one that don't smell.
I didn't say you had to
So,
smell like shit. I just said
all
we're
right,
all
That's a
hold
shit.
on,
good
hold
one.
on. Hold on, y'all, because I think Mont and Melanie had a good point of saying we're talking about vetting, right? And what we're not doing. So what does vetting look like to find this quote unquote good woman? I think what Mont was alluding to earlier was the fact that we're not asking questions, right? We're not sitting here like, yo, all right, look at a woman, look at her friends, look at what she tells you, look at what she's into. Even the music she listens to, what does that tell you about her, right? Yeah, it matters. All of this stuff matters for a person's personality and
I'm
what
with you on that. I understand what you're saying.
yeah, and then what they would or won't accept. You know what I'm saying? And that tells you a lot. But most of us are, especially men, we get so infatuated with the box. We look at a woman and we're automatically like, yeah, I know you hate that word, Mel. We look at a woman and we're automatically like, yo, I'm trying to hit. So if she look good, we trying to hit, but we're not worrying about what matters. Now you get caught up in a situation where you didn't ask the questions, you didn't vet right, you didn't. Even some dudes making these women their wives didn't even ask the right questions because they want to be able to have an opportunity to get it for the rest of their life. Now, here goes, you find out that the kid ain't yours, and you mad at her like, yo, We don't ask the right questions. Just keep it real.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get a real sense of Derek Jackson over here. But
Oh
no,
no.
I'm starting to feel a little Derek Jackson. This happening here. Because you're saying because you're saying we're not we're not vetting these women right. So let's say you get the quote unquote good woman. She does everything you needed to do. She upstanding woman. She's Rhodes Scholar. She never cheated. She's a virgin. Whatever however you want to paint this archetype of woman, this avatar of a woman, and she still cheats on you. Is it the man's fault because he didn't do the right thing?
I'm not saying. I'm not saying.
It's no,
as well. You see, now hold on. Let me answer that, because what y'all are doing, right? Y'all answering questions like how a lot of women answer questions. Y'all are talking like I'm talking about every situation. I'm not. I'm talking about in most situations, right?
This is why I say, yeah.
In most situations, men don't ask the right questions. That's what it is. So the fact that we're not vetting right, just like women don't vet men right, it's the same thing.
That's what I said.
You know what I'm saying? They're
Which is
looking
why
at the cause, the this, to that, and that's the reason why they end up with Pookie getting her pregnant. Ain't no different than the men out here doing the same thing. It doesn't mean all. It doesn't mean every situation is perfect. So I got to do the same thing to you, Professor. Not all. I got to hit you with the not all police.
But that's why I said 20, 30 minutes ago that you don't know what that woman looks like. The same thing I said about men. Like you can't tell the questions you ask, the time you spend with that person. You can't tell that person is going to cheat on you or have a baby on you, even if you do everything right way. That's why I said none of us are good. We all have faults. We all fall short. So at the end of the day, you can't. No matter what you do, a person's going to be a person. They're gonna do whatever they want to do. You know, either they're gonna lock you in a church, make you pay $40,000, or you know or the woman's gonna be in a truck, doing what she do in front of the house. So I'm saying you never know.
We can still mitigate. We can still mitigate losses, though. We can still mitigate our losses.
Exactly. And if you're actually doing that work realistically, it's not just like you said, we're not all good. Even to entertain that concept, it's more so if you properly vetted and you have established a good communication and relationship with this person, that when you it's less likely. And when it does come up, you both handle it well. So if she does mess up, there's honesty, there's communication, there's avoiding sincere lie.
Well,
Like,
the
if
black
you're
people don't know
no, you can't tell me that you can't vet someone and see, hey, this person has good character. Regardless if they mess up, they're gonna do the best interest for us, not themselves, for us. They know me and they care about me enough that they would not put me in a compromising situation in which I'm signing a document and they're lying. That's what you're looking for.
You know why? You know, I'm getting to you in a second.
Right.
I can't say that. The reason why I can say that because we're not getting married. So at the end of the day, neither side is vetting well because none of us are getting together. So at the end of the day, this whole vetting BS that we're all talking about isn't working for either side, men or women, because we're not even married. We're not okay. We're not married. The numbers are what the numbers are. 33 and 27%. We're not getting married, so it doesn't matter. So both sides, and we're all saying there's no good women, and we're saying there's no good men. So we're all saying the same exact thing on both sides.
But you said that. You said that.
We're not.
You said that the vetting. You said that the vetting is BS, right? But it's not. It's not that vetting. It's not that the vetting is BS. It's that people are not doing it. That's the BS about it.
Okay.
If the vetting is still a good thing. It will work for those that are married, for that smaller percentage that's doing it, right?
We're moving too
But
fast.
we'll have the wider percentage of people doing it if they vetted right. So it doesn't negate the fact that something's good just because people are not doing it.
Then we don't know how to vet. Then we don't know how to vet.
I agree.
20 minutes ago, I said that 20 minutes ago. We're not vetting.
The big black man had to say it. So I'm just saying. What was your question, man? I'm sorry.
We're not vetting well, and that's the issue. Like, we're not vetting well.
I think there's some things that you can definitively say about some people. Like, for example, like Professor, I'm pretty sure a woman. I'll use me as an example. A woman can date me for a nice amount of time, and she'll understand that, like, under no circumstance will I ever do anything gay. Unequivocally, under no circumstance, I'll put it on my kids. I will never do nothing gay. I'm just not gay, right? It's just one of them things that, and I'm pretty sure you probably feel the same about yourself. Like if some gay allegation came out about you, I know the women who have been with me be like, that nigga not gay. He not gay.
Well, you
Right?
did go to that one Diddy
My
party, right?
girl knows that I will never cheat on her. She know that. I will break up with her for something that is on my small list of do not do's. I will divorce you, break up with you. All of that is don't go on that. I only got a list of 5 things. I don't like disrespect, certain things like that. That small list, she know I will break up with you for any of those things. I will never cheat on you because I don't have to. If I don't want to be with you for one of those reasons, you already know the reasons why I wouldn't want to be with you. It's one of those reasons. I already had the women. I did all. I will not under no circumstance cheat on you.
Okay, well, let me ask you this question.
Are you confident in how you vetted?
Well, let me ask Mont a question real quick, Melanie. I apologize. You're in a relationship right now, right, Mont?
Yeah.
How long have you been in this relationship? How many years?
About almost 4 years.
So could I say that she didn't vet you right because you've been dating a dude, you've been dating this chick for 4 years and then put a ring on it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No. I'm not saying on purpose. I'm just saying in the conversation.
Yeah, no, I don't think you can say that.
Okay. All right.
No, but in other relationships that you've been in, you say you don't cheat, right?
That's not what he said.
This is my first actual.
Goddamn, Candace, can I talk to him? Please.
Yeah, but I'm still in here. We on the panel, so.
No, Quint, this is my first actual. This is the first time I've actually chosen a woman to be in a relationship with. Every other time, it was situationships where I was dating them. I'm like, yo, I don't want to commit to you, but if you want to stick around and see what happens, you can do that. And it was like, cool, I'll stick around. Now this is the first time I said, yo, I want you to be my woman. I asked her to be my girlfriend. It's the only time I've ever done that. The other
I played that game for years. I did. I understand where you're coming from. Yeah. I played that game for years. I'm not looking for a relationship, but I mean, if you want to hang out,
it wasn't even a game. It was real. Like I'm like, yo, I'm doing me.
I did that for years.
Kick it.
But what I'm saying is what we're trying to do here is we're trying to make it seem as if we have a whole lot of good people. Well, I'm not going to say we don't have a whole lot of good people, but we're trying to make it seem as if we don't have a whole lot of bad people. Now, I've interviewed hundreds of candidates for a specific job. And quite a few of those candidates, I don't see the person that I interviewed when they do the job for a little while. So what I'm saying is a lot of times when we're doing this vetting, you know, you're getting the person that's on the interview. You're getting that best person. And over time in the relationship is when those flaws start to seep out.
I think you're making our point, Quint. I think you're making
well,
our point.
I'm happy about it then. I'm happy to help you.
I think
But what I'm saying is you can't say you're a bad vetter or you're not vetting properly if flaws start to seep out in the future.
Well, for one, we gotta think like, how fast are we having sex?
Because you've gone through it enough that you are so like you're on this so hard. You must have had so many women, you know, in sports that have done these type of things for you. So we can say that based on how passionate you are about this and one-sided that you've had this happen. So maybe you have not in the past been a good vetter. Could that be true? Because you've experienced this so much.
Hold on 1 second, man. Hold on 1 second.
He put work on hold. He put work on hold.
Damn right, I'm running things. I'm like damn cream corn on Black Dynamite. I'm running things.
Cream corn.
Cream corn.
He over there with them people.
Black Dynamite's a black
They ain't seen
exploitation
Black
movie.
Dynamite.
That's a black
He got them
exploitation
people
movie.
cooking for him.
No. You ain't never ate cream corn? You ain't never ate cream corn? Oh, okay.
I love cream
But
corn.
anyway, no, I haven't had that many times. I haven't been cheated on many times and all that stuff. I've had great women in all actuality. It's just that, you know, being in the military, moving around a lot, you know, those things came between being able to have a relationship with them or being able to have a lasting relationship with them. So no, I haven't ran into many bad women. I haven't had anyone put a baby on me or anything. So no.
Have you had women that act a certain way, put on an act, and then you find out that they're not that person?
Yeah. But it didn't matter though. I mean, because I wasn't trying to have a relationship with him anyway. Like I said, I was a lot like Munt. Hey, I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm just hang around if you want to. And they
You
vetted
decide to
vetted
hang around.
appropriately.
we
Sounds like
know
you
if
vetted
we're ready.
appropriately.
We know if we're
So what?
ready. We know if you we
Sound like
know
what?
it. Like
It sounds like you vetted appropriately. Like you vetted appropriately and you chose
Yeah,
the best person, the wife.
I'm a good vetter.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm happy that
And
Oh, see.
All
and it
right,
only
y'all. I
hires
gotta
and it
head
only
out.
hires white people.
Bye,
You
Jazz.
wow,
Thank you
Jazz?
so
I
much.
See
We
y'all.
Bye.
appreciate
Bye,
you.
Bye.
Jazz.
It was good
Have a
talking.
great show. Nice
Thank
talking with
Thank
you.
you.
you. See y'all.
Give me some tickets.
and
Enjoy.
I know I personally think that it takes time to really get to know somebody.
Yeah.
Like for example, like
What you say,
especially in a
Nina? So you called
relationship, like I didn't. I knew that I wanted to marry my girl. That I could marry my girlfriend when I first met her. I knew that I could marry her. I didn't know that I should until this last year.
Mm.
That's when I knew that I was like. That's when I knew that like, okay, we are compatible, and you can fully get on my program, and we can. I want to actually fight for you. Like you got to know that like yo, if we're going through something, I'm willing to go through relationship therapy. Like I want to do this with you. Like
Yeah.
I had to find out like do I want to fight through stuff with her? And I found that out this year.
Yeah. But let me ask you this
Yeah.
then: if she end up having a milkman's baby, you gonna feel the same way?
What do you mean like as far as like I'm not fighting for that. No, hell no.
No. I'm saying if she had a baby on you, would you trust your vetting process or would you distrust it?
I wouldn't necessarily distrust it. I think that it's all about probabilities. You want to control the controllables, but at the same time, you can never, say that yo, I'm 100%. That's really it don't work that way.
Right.
It's always that 90.
Mhm.
It's always that 1%, 2%, whatever.
Yeah.
But I do think it's the best. It's like when women say, I can wear whatever I want and go out at any time of the night. Men are going to do what they're going to do, and you like no, like if I was you, I would probably not be out. I wouldn't play the club let outs. That's probably not a good thing to do. Is to be out at the let out of the club. Like
Right.
don't stay at 2 p.m. and just you control the controllables if you can.
Yeah.
I agree.
No, and I think that's what we agree. That's sort of what I was saying earlier. Like you don't necessarily know if someone's good or bad. You can vet all you want to, but you don't know if they're good or bad because somewhere down the line, another person could come out. So that's where we're at on. That's all I'm saying.
I think it's the way that you're saying it though, because you're kind of implying that vetting isn't like it isn't useful as opposed to because you say you can vet all you want. No, vetting is just like looking at someone's fruit and seeing what type of tree they are. Like you can vet and that can mitigate your losses, but there are times where you can vet very good and that person does something that damages the relationship. Can we agree that that's what we all are saying?
Yeah.
Or do you want to just
can't.
argue?
I'm not agreeing with that.
I think it's the
I
same
know
thing
you're not
as
because you
with
just want to
women.
argue.
I think Mont and I are agreeing, but you and I, Candace, we're
But
not on the
I'm
same page.
saying the same thing like he's saying though.
It's the way you're saying it, Candace. It's the way you're saying it.
Shut up. Shut up.
I think it's the same
Oh
thing as
man.
with the women. It's like of course you can do everything you're supposed to do and somebody still end up changing. But it's like,
Mhm.
are we actually buying that all of these guys change? It's like that thing of like all of y'all can't say that he changed. It's just like because I be looking at certain people relationships like on like if you watch any TV show or something like that, or if you just you might look at somebody and be like, I could have told you not to date him. Right. Like, I could have told you not to date Blueface Krishan, or I could have told you not to take Krishan Blueface. Like y'all both like, it's like stuff like that.
Yeah. And I think even with the Doug Christie thing, Highway Skinny was talking about earlier. I mean, we knew she wore the pants in that relationship. She always had her phallic symbol swinging in that relationship. So if she went out messing around on Doug Christie, I can definitely see that just from seeing her on Housewives. I mean, Basketball Wives. So, but I would have never guessed. I would have never guessed that Aisha Curry would say, I still need men's attention.
No, that part, I understand what Aisha Curry was saying.
I mean, I get it, but she should have said it out loud in front of everybody.
What did you mean? You understand that part about what she?
So she was everybody. I mean, women and I would say men who are used to being attractive, when you, I was especially women, right? Attention to some degree is currency to women, right? If a woman is not getting the attention that she's used to getting, she can go into a full depression. Like that is like attention for a lot of like a woman might. And when I met my girlfriend, it's weird because she was like, well, I just felt like I wasn't getting attention in a long time. This one of the things I felt. I just kind of been in the house or whatever. And I'm like, I think I'm pretty sure you're just not noticing the men that's talking to you because you're attractive, right? But like she would just tell me like, yeah, I just kind of like went into my own little box. I went to a little depression. But like women, if they're not getting attention, like any type of attention, like if they go out and if men aren't talking to you, if men aren't saying something to you, that's saying something. That's telling you something.
But
I don't look
so
the same.
When you're in a marriage though, right? Especially like her, who has now I don't know if Steph Curry's at home telling her she's beautiful every day. Right? I don't know what's going
playing
on
basketball.
with that. Yeah. So maybe, but for a woman, let's say, and the problem that some men have with women is the man that they are with is telling them, yo, you're gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
You're beautiful. She walks outside, you look sexy today. But then they might still want the attention because they know the amount of attention they had before they had children. Their bodies were different, so on and so forth was different. So they have more attention from men. So then now you're in this relationship of 10 years, you have a 5-year-old kid, your body changed a little bit. The men that was giving you attention in your inbox, it's not there no more. So you still want that attention from the men outside, even though I'm giving it to you every day?
The thing is, when you walk outside, right, and you're a girl, right? This is a normal day. I walk outside, I'm attractive. Oh, there's 1,000 guys saying something to me. Oh, no, sir, I'm married. No, sir, I'm married. No, I'm not even looking your way. I'm not looking your way. That's a normal day for a woman. When you walk outside and it's just crickets. You walking past men, nobody's looking at you. You're not used to that. It's a different. Like when a man says, "Hey, how are you? Hey, woman, hey, are you married?" Like something, like you say, "Yes, I am married," but thank you. Like that's telling you, like, "Hey, I'm attractive," and it's. I don't think, and it's even some men are like that. Some men, like even me myself, if I go outside and I get a compliment, a woman's like, "Hey, you look nice today." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't get one of those in a minute. Thank you." It's like
positive reinforcement.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
But she's a married woman, and her husband. I mean, from the outside looking in, she's a married woman. She's living a very privileged life. Her husband is a good provider. I feel like she shouldn't have did that. I don't think she should have did that. Honestly,
I agree.
I'm not saying that she should have done it. I'm saying that I understand it, and I think that every woman, I can understand every single woman feeling that way. When you walk outside and men are not, even if you the married woman and you with your friends, and none of the men are looking your way, they looking at everybody else's way. Completely understand you being like, damn, am I ugly?
Yeah,
Penelope, how do you feel about that?
Issues, but it's understandable.
We got Penelope back. Penelope, what's your thoughts on that?
Is she back?
Penelope, she's just shaking her head.
Turn the TV off. Turn the radio up. Can you hear us, man?
Penelope, you can hear us?
Damn.
There might be a delay. I don't know. Matthew, what's your thoughts on the topic?
No, I mean, I don't know. I think the angle I go from is that if I guess that difference, I mean, if it affects a woman that much, I mean, how much pouring into like growing up, like did she really have, for her to even feel the need to even need that? I guess I'm just trying to step into the mind of a woman in that respect. But I guess because I've seen people who were loved on, for example, like by their fathers, and their fathers like did all that.
You got to step into the shoes of a beautiful woman.
Okay. No, yeah, I mean, I can understand it. I will say that.
Mm-hmm. A lot of basketball players go into a depression when they stop playing basketball.
Yeah.
Football players.
I'm with you on that.
I think we all agree that we can understand it. I think I don't know if we all agree that she shouldn't have put that out on Front Street as a married woman.
Especially
where I also understand it as well. I'm just like, you know, I don't. Me personally, I could go, but I don't know. Men, we're different, right? I don't care if women are out here complimenting me for anything, so long as my wife looks at me as a certain way. That's the biggest thing for me. But when it, Mel, what you doing out there? Oh, Mel.
You might do a
I'm
dance,
sorry.
a TikTok dance.
She forgot she was on camera, huh?
She
I
forgot you
can't
was
even.
on
I'm in the
camera.
bathroom. I'm sorry. I'm in the bathroom hiding. I can't even see y'all. Sorry.
So, but I could understand it, but I still, like I said, for me, for a woman to actually announce something like that in public is wild. Like, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could have came back from hearing something like that.
Right.
Me personally, you want other men to you miss attention from other men. That's wild.
Because for me, it's like because for me, it's like, what am I not doing? I go out, I
Yeah.
make money. I mean, you're not gonna ever get a dude like me before.
Right.
Like, what else can I do for you? And I won't go on my personal, but
He not. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Ugh.
no, I'm just saying, what else can you do as a man? You know,
Right.
And yes, that's how I would look at it.
He
So
not
did he
only
not
make
vet her
money,
properly?
he make a hella money. She ain't gotta work. She out here with a fake cookbook. She's living a very privileged life. So at the end of the day, no, that's ultimately disrespectful. And keep on playing, and another woman will come in there and take your place. Like, that's crazy to me.
You gotta
So
understand,
did he
like
not
we're
vet her properly?
humans. We're animals at the
We
end
are.
of the day. So like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I can be a man with all the money in the world, right? At the end of the day, I want some pussy. At the end, I'm just saying, if I'm a man, I got all the money in the world. I will trade
Some
all of
box.
this money in
Ugh.
to get some box. That's just how that works. We make money for women.
Good box.
Good
Wet
box.
box.
She said,
Boys box.
but in this situation, she said that she was jealous of him. She said she was jealous of him getting all the attention now because she was the one used to getting all the attention. That's what she said.
She's a
I mean, I
woman,
think she just
right?
has to change her paradigm. She just has to change her paradigm
Okay,
to
well
what
let's
actually
go to the
works.
basketball players, right?
Mhm.
When I played basketball, I ain't play pro, so I didn't want to make y'all think that. But I played high level.
Yeah.
When I played basketball, when I got older, started having knee surgeries and everything. Yeah, it was a situation of depression to a certain extent because I had 5 knee surgeries. But I realized I'm getting older. I had knee surgeries. It's not for me. So now I miss it, but it's not a depressing thing. But now when you are married and missing attention from men, I don't give a damn what kind of animal you are.
Yeah, and I don't even
That's
think
that's not a good thing.
I think in reality, we do care about what other people think, and we can say as much as we want. I don't care what nobody think. I'm my own person. We care about what other people think. I'm supposed to tell my wife she beautiful. That's my job to tell you beautiful. I ain't gonna tell you, oh, you ugly today, baby. I might get a divorce. Get that together. I'm not gonna say that, right? But the world around us will tell us what we are, and if you're walking out and men are not giving you, no type of they not even shooting a shot no more, even for you to slam it down, right? Like, they're telling you something. They're telling you like, yo, you either look like the kids got you doing you in the house too much with the kids.
Shit.
You look out. They telling you something.
But what
should you
did she
care what other men think?
Should
But
she
what
care?
did she want from that? What result did she want from putting that out there? Like, what result did she want from that?
I think she was just being candid, and maybe she overshared a little bit. She was just being candid and expressing how she felt. But women, it's your biological job to turn men down every day. Biologically, if we was in the wild, you would be turning men down every day and then picking one man eventually. But you will always continue to turn men down, and it's my job to always try to get women. Like that's just like it's biological. So of course, if I go outside and I see women, I got an inclination in my mind like, dang, she look good. If I was single, I'd be right at that, right? I'm not going to do it. But it's the same thing for women. Like, we go outside, she want to turn men down.
We had a show one time where they was talking about the Rays and whatever the case, having this personality and pursuing the women and so on and so forth. So now when you're married, you're supposed to let your wife know that she's beautiful. You're supposed to let her know that, but I mean, the pursuit is over. You all are together now.
Now, this is
Now,
what I'm
is
gonna ask
you,
you.
you
I
you
don't think
still
the pursuit for your wife is ever over.
no.
It
What
ain't
I'm
never
saying
over.
is no. You still
Date.
you always instill the fact that you love her and you want her, you want to keep her, or what have you. But all this, like the guys that's trying to get sex from her, she should realize, come on, this my man, this my husband. We're together.
Mhm.
You know, you should always let her know you love her and you're interested and so on. You still think she's beautiful, but you shouldn't have to put forth the same effort as the guy who's trying to get her for the first time.
For sex?
I agree. No, this is my
Because
thing. This Quint, if
but,
as a married
hold,
man, if
hold,
you were
hold,
married
hold
right
on.
now, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Because I'm sorry, because at some point there should be people always talk against comfort levels, but to a certain extent there should be some type of comfort levels. I should feel comfortable that my wife is not going to go out and cheat on me because someone else tells her she's beautiful. But with a lot
I
of
agree.
these women that are missing the men hitting on them or something like that, a man that's coming at her strong, consistent, sometimes that feeling that she have that she's missing someone hitting on her opens the door for that guy to get in.
So that's
Yeah.
different though. That's like a coworker, somebody she around every day, kind of trying to like penetrate that. You know, I think she's just talking about every time she go outside, men are not saying nothing to her, and it's probably out of respect. Everybody already they see her. It's like this
Because
stuff
everybody
crazy.
know him. Yeah.
They all know him, and so it's definitely out of respect. But my question for you is probably, if you were married, right? I don't know if you're married or not. If you were,
He's married.
would you? Oh, so okay, all right. Who's not married? Who's not married? All right, Matthew.
we know
We'll
Matthew.
ask somebody
Me
not
and Matt
married.
not married. Me,
All
Matt,
right,
and Mont.
Professor and Matt. When you get married, will you lose the desire to fuck women?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
I
So
will
you
lose the
telling me
desire.
that
No, I
you'll
will
lose
lose
the
the desire
thought?
to fuck other women.
You'll lose. So you going. So you when you get married, you're going to lose the thought of like,
Sleep
oh,
with y'all. This is a family
Yeah,
show.
I'm sorry. I will lose the desire to get boxed from other women.
so not the desire to actually physically do it, but you saying that you telling me that you'll look at a woman who's beautiful and be like, dang, she bad. Like I would hit that if like I would.
I got people watching. Yeah, I would not. I would.
That's why I chose you wasn't married. All right, Matt. Matt, are you completely you good? You single?
I'm single, but I got people watching too.
There's a
We got to go on
there's
camera
a
for this one, man.
difference
Man, we got to
in
go on camera.
Now the truth coming out. Y'all been saying that y'all been talking about a whole show.
Quinn,
Next
did I
person.
hear you?
Next
Did I hear
next
you say
person.
you stopped pursuing, or you don't pursue as hard as you did when you first got with your wife? Is that what you're saying?
no. I said I shouldn't have to pursue as hard as the guy who's trying to pursue her for the first time.
Not as hard, but you should still be
I
pursuing.
agree
And
with
no,
that.
I didn't say you shouldn't pursue at all. What I'm trying to say is that there should be a certain comfort level in a marriage
I agree.
where you shouldn't be on edge as if you don't pursue or you don't do this, she's going to go elsewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. That being said, let's flip the table. Does that mean if
Well, hold on before you flip the table, 'cause I got some work.
okay, we flipping the table though. So let's say I'm the wife. Should I be like, I shouldn't have to put myself in the position of wifery the same way I did when we first met, because there should be some type of comfort level that you're not just gonna go off somewhere else because you're not getting it as good as you did. Is it the same way?
I think for I want to answer that for him real quick because I think he's talking about something different. The pursuit. He's not saying don't court, date, all that your wife still, right? It's not saying like, because that was my question earlier when you was going for a little bit, is that what you're saying? And he's like, nah, I'm saying you can. You're still supposed to do all of that stuff. But what he was saying was more along the lines of like, hold on, what y'all laughing at? Y'all stupid. What he was saying, if I'm right, and I don't want to quote him, was more along the lines of that same like how men go super hard to get a woman. You don't have to do that anymore. But of course, I still got to be a husband to you, right? Even though
Okay.
you got me, you still got to be my wife though, because I got
Okay.
you.
So the dates that the dates that you plan and you take D out on, are they any less, let's say, extravagant or thoughtful? Do you put anything less in there now than you did when you guys first met?
Nah, but I might pick my nose at the date though.
She
Candace, I think I
watching.
I mean,
She
that's
watching.
cool
He
though.
can't say no.
Candace,
She might
I think I
she
understand what
might
you're
get
saying.
something from me a little less than what she would have got to begin with. Like I might not do the same, be perfect. You see, like those men, when you try to impress a woman, you try to act like you're the symbol of perfection. You don't do that when you got somebody, and that's what I believe Quint was getting. Like I don't expect perfection from you. You can let go. You can fart in the bed now, and we good. You let the whole back no more.
You're gonna judge her. If she fart in the bed, you're gonna judge her.
Not me.
No, what?
Look,
No,
that's why
I'm not.
That's why Melanie
Wait,
in the
wait,
bathroom.
wait,
She was
wait.
farting the whole time.
Mom been
Yeah.
begging for kids to fart in the room with
Yeah,
him.
I'm trying to
No,
get.
listen.
Like,
Mom,
yo,
I'm rooting for it. I'm rooting
I'm
for
trying to
it.
hot box.
Listen, I want my mom with the shorts on and just letting them rip while
Letting them
watching
rip.
Grey's Anatomy. I'm just saying.
Not with a sound. You don't want a sound though. You want it silent.
No, I want like, hold on, that was you?
Come back.
Yeah.
I think people look down on the I think people look down on the aspect of having some kind of comfort in your relationship or in your marriage. But I feel like that should be in place, that you all are comfortable with one another and can trust that you're not going anywhere. I don't mean, doing idiotic shit or or not being the person that you have always been, but it should be some comfort level.
If you're talking about relational security, that's a given. Yeah, I agree.
I think Candace, what I think they're saying is, like there's of course a
That's
man
a
who like
lie. That's a lie.
of course a man who's not in a relationship with you is going to tell you like, your man forgot to take out the trash today.
Yeah.
I would never forget to take out the trash. Like I would never like this. He gonna tell you like, yo, like,
yeah,
you got to do that. I would never do that, baby. If you was with me, they gonna come with that energy of like, yo, like it's like a company like who try to take you from another company. Of course, they gonna pay you top dollar because they got to. They pulling out everything. They rolling out the red carpet. If I'm trying to get a kid to come to my school and I'm trying to recruit him, oh, I'm throwing all the white chicks at him. I'm throwing everybody. Yo, tell him come here. Like, yo, we want him at this school. Like, we doing everything. When they get you, no, you gotta follow the rules and stuff once they get you. But before that, they doing everything.
I need all the Beckys to be lined up.
That's what they doing.
He just referring to he got game. That's all.
Yeah. I ain't never dated a white girl, so you would have to throw a black woman at me with a nice body to get me to go to your school. But
no, I'll just get the white or the Indian girl. I'm good.
Wait, throw a sneak thick snow bunny at you where you're fold.
I'm trying to tell you, fold like a yoga mat.
Oh my God!
I'm trying to tell you.
It's my first time, baby.
Shout outs to Elisa. But no, I mean, he ain't lying though. I mean, good white girls is a good thing. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic thinking about snow bunnies.
I ain't going that far, Professor.
Hey, listen. I found me a white woman that know how to bake macaroni and cheese. I'm good. 5 cheeses in that bitch.
You don't need no macaroni and cheese.
What else?
I like watching the white women online that can braid. They be braiding.
Yeah, I seen one the other day, bro.
And she know a Lowry season soda. She know how to get the magic, the blue magic.
So
for your
what
hair.
is this panel turning into, y'all?
Listen, I've already told her if she can use my comb, I ain't bringing her home.
Jesus.
You know.
You can't even use a comb, Professor.
If she ain't white, it ain't right. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
So
all right, y'all. Listen, I'm gonna end the show here. I gotta go take care of my boy. But thank y'all so much for joining the show. This was a dope conversation.
Hey. It got quiet.
Huh? You said it got quiet? Hold up.
I said, we started talking about white women. Matt got quiet.
Smiling
though. We ain't trying to ruin no relationships in Matt's household.
Nope. Nah,
Matt gonna have white Jesus and black Jesus in the house. I get it.
Matt, your
Hey, when
girlfriend's
they can
white?
flip them over, Professor, we can flip them over depending on the company.
You know, who's ever going? Yo, when his parents come over, she's black. Got black Jesus.
When
I
come over,
can't stand y'all.
Yeah.
they got Martin Luther King and Moses on two sides.
Y'all stupid.
This is awful.
Yo, oh man, yo, y'all stupid, man. Yo, he said, get Uncle Ruckus out of here. Y'all crazy.
Uncle Ruckus.
Yo.
Damn, when they got out of this.
Flip picture got me, bro.
And that closet done got warm.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
You said your closet got warm. You sweating in the closet now? That's crazy. Yo, they even put them AC vents in the closets. That's crazy.
Oh, it's something here, man. It's a bedroom. I turned to a closet.
Look, I'm sweating, man. Sweating. We all sweating. Oh, shit.
Yo, y'all stupid. Yo, hold on. But yo, thank y'all so much for joining the show, man. This was a great show.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for joining the panel. I'm looking forward to next Sunday. Do me a favor, y'all. Hold up. Y'all know I got to do it to y'all once again. So check out the commercial. Make sure you guys are channel members and follow the steps that it takes to win these bad boys right here. And I got many, many more of them to come through. So stay active on this channel. Make sure you are sharing Meet to Mary. Thank you so much to Skinny. Skinny had dropped all the links inside of the chat. So make sure y'all are following that. And what up, my Pete? Bo, we are here to have an awesome giveaway for one of my lucky channel members. And in order to win one of these lucky bad boys, yes, that's right, Apple AirPods Max. In order for you to win that, you have to, one, make sure you are subscribed, of course. You have to make sure you are a channel member. Then what I need you to do is share the content on your Instagram story. Hashtag Me to Mary at Mingo365. That way I know it's you. The more you do it, the more times you share, the more we'll tally it up, the more we would know that you stand that lucky chance of being a winner of these great headphones by Apple. Y'all know y'all want them. Come on, y'all. It's not cap. It costs a grip in the store, and I'm giving it away to a channel member. So, once again, make sure you're subscribed. Be a channel member. Create a story on your IG. Hashtag Meet to Marry, and also make sure you tag your boy, Mingo365, and I got you. And I will announce the lucky winner next week, Saturday. So that way, during one of my live streams, we can see if it's you who won the pair of headphones. But until then, I'll see you. Peace. We're going to get it. It keeps happening to me, I know. We're going to get it, though. So make sure you guys are channel members so that way you can win the Apple AirPods Max. I'm looking forward to announcing the winner of that next week, Saturday, during my live stream. So thank y'all for joining the show, y'all. Much love, much respect, and I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Make love and repeat. I don't Is there something I can say to make you wanna stay with me? Is there something I can say to make you wanna stay with me? To make you wanna stay with me.